So this is Bayer Garrett number 130. You've probably already seen some video of it being lit up, and we're just about to do it again. So this is the 4th time that the loco has been steamed since completion, and we've been working on the snagging list, or the guys at Dinas, bless them, have been working on the snagging list of various leaks on unions and things. But you have to bear in mind that this locomotive has been taken from a condition that is not much different to that found in a Barry scrapyard wreck and rebuilt. It's largely a new locomotive, and only the heavy core components are actually original. It has a new boiler as well, so there's a lot of new material in this engine. It is really quite a miracle to see such a huge amount of work taking place and bringing an engine like this back to life. So we're just about to light it up now. There's been a few jobs done since yesterday. They've been sorting out a leak on the dome flange, and we've had a problem with the fireman's side injector. So hopefully both of those things are resolved, but the only way to find out is to light the engine up again. So who knows what's going to happen today? We may light the engine, find that there are safety critical issues, and then we have to stop. But if things go well, then this may be the day when 130 turns a wheel under its own steam for many decades. I'm not actually quite sure when it did last move on its own. No doubt we'll find out. So this could be the first time. Fingers crossed for the world. So here we go, we'll just light the fire. We've already lined the box, and we're about to throw in some rags and some timber. This is somebody's old pair of jeans being donated to the cause, and then he's got caught on the door. Here we go. Okay, so we're now looking at the first fire. That's the timber only. The box has been lined with coal, but the timber's gone in. We'll just shut the door, let that burn for a minute, and then we'll feed a bit of coal on top of the timber. So now the wood in the fire has burnt through, and we're ready to get a bit of extra coal on there. So there we go, we've got a thin layer of coal all over the burning timbers now, and we just leave that to catch fire and burn away. And I've got to say that lighting up a steam engine is a bit of a slow job, so if you're enjoying this you might want to watch another in the series of interesting railway jobs called Watching Paint Dry. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea while the coal gets going. When we put the locomotives to bed at night, we fill them right to the top with water, as much as we can. That keeps them nice and hot, and keeps the heat throughout the boiler nice and even. What it does mean though is in the morning when we come to light up, there may be a bit too much water in it. So as part of our washout boiler blowdown regimes, we drop some water out of the blowdown valve each morning. And that helps because we get all of the solids that are built up in the boiler, in the water treatment, in suspension, and when we open the drain tap it lets the solids out which have settled overnight. So I'm just going to do that now. So while this is happening, the water in the gauge glass will slowly drop, and when it gets to half a glass we'll stop that. Okay, so we've got about half a glass there, so we'll stop the water coming out now. Okay, so I'm hoping that this is a sight that will warm the hearts of Welsh Island Railway fans everywhere. It's Friday the 5th of February 2021, and it's just coming up for about 3:30. And we just managed to move 130 out onto the main line, and it's moved for the first time under its own steam. Now you may notice from the video that we moved the engine onto the main line using the shunting diesel. You may wonder why it didn't just go on its own. Well, there's a reason for that, and that is we need to check the brakes work properly, and we need to make sure that the alternative method of stopping an engine, turning the reverser and giving it a little steam, is also a possibility. So rather than doing that in the confines of the yard where we're running towards a head shunt and into the workshop, what we do is we tow the engine outside, put it on the main line where there's good headway in both directions, and then we move it backwards and forwards. And what have we learnt so far? Well, the engine moves itself under its own steam. We've also found that we've slightly over-tightened the brake adjustment, so when we go around a tight corner, the brakes are just catching, and we need to just do something with that. But these are the kind of things that we're looking to find and to deal with. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run around the run-round loop a couple of times. We're going to be looking out for any hot bearings or any strange noises. You always get upstaged by steam engines, so I was just saying that we need to go and look for listen for any strange noises, anything that's untoward. So we're going to be doing that for just a very short while. Then frankly we'll put the engine back to bed, leave it for the weekend, and we'll come and deal with the snags next week when it's cooled down. But so far so good.